The kind of silence that only exists in places where fear has swallowed voices whole. For 70 years, North Korea has been called the Hermit Kingdom, a country sealed in darkness, where the government controls every breath, every page of a book, every flicker on a television screen. To the outside world, it is a nation of parades and missiles. But inside it is a place where the internet, our great global nervous system, barely exists. And yet, one night, that fragile thread of connection snapped. North Korea went dark. The entire country. Every website. Every server. Offline. It wasn't a missile, or a power plant exploding, or some shadowy government agency flexing its muscles. No, this blackout was caused by a single hacker. A lone individual. And what makes this story stranger is that he wasn't sitting in some CIA bunker or a military compound. He was at home. On his couch. Eating takeout. His name is not one you'll hear in the headlines. But in the strange, secretive world of hacking, he goes by P4X. For years, P4X was just another security researcher. One of those invisible guardians who quietly patch the holes in the internet before bad actors can exploit them. In 2021, he became a target himself. Hackers, working on behalf of North Korea, tried to break into his systems, to steal his research, to use his knowledge for their own regime. But here's the twist, they failed. He caught them. He knew who they were. And then he waited. Surely, he thought, the US government would step in. Surely, there would be consequences. Surely, the rules of the game still mattered. But nothing happened. No retaliation. No statement. Not even a warning. The silence wasn't just frustrating, it was humiliating. So P4X did what almost no one else on Earth would dare to do. He decided to take revenge. The plan was simple and terrifying. Most hackers who want to disrupt a country target critical infrastructure. Banks, power grids, satellites. But P4X knew North Korea was different. Their internet was small, brittle, almost laughably outdated. For state-run providers, a handful of websites, and a single fragile link connecting the country to the global web. So he began to quietly probe, searching for weaknesses. And he found them everywhere. Servers unpatched. Firewalls misconfigured. Ancient software left wide open. Night after night, while the world scrolled through TikTok and Netflix, he chipped away at the walls of North Korea's digital fortress. Sending floods of traffic until routers collapsed. Exploiting bugs to bring servers crashing down. And then, in January 2022, it happened. The Hermit Kingdom's digital window to the world shattered. For hours at a time, then for entire days, every website in North Korea was offline. Their propaganda portals, their state-run news sites, their official .kp domains, all dark. A nation that had tried so hard to project invulnerability, brought to its knees by one man. But here's where the story becomes more than just the tale of a hacker and his grudge. Because what P4X did raises a haunting question. What does justice look like in a world where borders mean less than bandwidth? He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't working for a government. He was just one person, angry, ignored, armed with nothing more than a keyboard and patience. And yet, he wielded power that once belonged only to nations. Was he a vigilante? A hero? Or something darker? Experts debate this even now. Some call him reckless, warning that his attacks could have spiraled out of control, provoking retaliation, or even war. Others call him a necessary reminder that the walls of North Korea, for all their brutality, are not impenetrable. But P4X himself, he doesn't sound like a villain, or even a revolutionary. He sounds tired. Tired of governments who fail to act. Tired of cyber games played in shadows. Tired of watching powerful regimes prey on individuals with no consequences. So he took justice into his own hands. And maybe that's what unsettles us most. That in this vast, interconnected world, one person can tip the scales. That a man eating takeout on his couch can bring down an entire nation's internet. That power is no longer something kept behind the locked doors of governments and corporations. It can live in the hands of someone you never notice if you pass them on the street. North Korea has since restored its networks. Their blackout was temporary. Their regime is still standing. The missiles still roll down their streets. The parades still march. But something has changed. Because in the dark rooms of Pyongyang, they now know they are not untouchable. They can be humiliated. They can be brought low. Not by another superpower, but by one man with a grudge. And maybe that is the true story here. Not of North Korea. Not of hacking. But of us. A reminder that in the quiet hum of our machines, in the invisible flow of data across oceans, we hold a kind of power that even nations fear. And the question that lingers, as the screen fades to black, is this. If one man can take down North Korea, what else could one person do?